I think that when you try to over-standardize something, you're missing out on valuable golden nuggets. We watch a lot of gold shows.
Yes.
I have one of those husbands.
Last episode, we spoke about your relationship with time and what that looks like. And what are we going to talk about today?
My favorite topic.
I know. What is it?
Productivity.
There you go. Now, tell us a little bit around why understanding what productivity means is important.
I'm going to go back to our previous episode on this, because I believe that nowadays we put so much emphasis on time and sticking to time. No pun intended.
Yes.
How do you stick to something that is not tangible? But it actually affects anything and everything that you do. And understanding where your strengths are and where your challenges lie when it comes to your relationship with time is essential when it comes to understanding and defining what productivity looks like for everyone.
Yes. And why is that?
Oh, why is that? Well, I do believe that the biggest issue with productivity nowadays is that we try to standardize it.
Yes.
And we try everyone to force everyone into doing things exactly the same way.
Yeah.
What we miss in this process is that that individual strength, that individual flavor. And because of it, I think that when you try to over-standardize something, you're missing out on valuable golden nuggets.
Yes, you are.
It's almost like when you we watch a lot of gold shows.
Yes.
I have one of those husbands. Yeah, I know. It's funny. There's this Aussie gold hunting show, and you see these guys who are going with a
pen.
No, it's not a pen. It's actually a detector.
Okay.
And they are trying to find the gold, and they just swing. They do exactly the same thing without really thinking sometimes, and they hope that the detector will just yell and scream at them at some stage, and then they can pick the gold out of it.
I actually like the word hope, because
it's true. It's hope. It's
hoping is good in certain scenarios, but it's not always the best thing when it comes to business.
You're right, because here's the thing. And I'm selling now a show.
Yeah.
But when you do it in the right way, first you do a bit of research.
Yes.
And I absolutely love when it goes back to that science bit on where did the ancient river flow, and when they try to figure out where the gold comes from and so on.
Yes.
And they don't just hope for the golden nugget, but they actually base the decisions on science. There's still a bit of hope. There's still a little bit of wiggle room. There's still that maybe there's still a factor of uncertainty in the whole thing.
Adventure as
well.
well.
And adventure, absolutely. But they kind of define that
the parameters around
absolutely
how far are they going to take the adventure, pretty much.
You kind of know where to search for gold if you've done your homework.
Yeah.
The question becomes on how big the golden nugget will be.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And even that can be defined and chunked down the right way, knowing the ground, understanding geology. So there's a lot of science that can go behind it and support what you're doing. Now, when it comes to productivity, it's exactly the same.
It's almost the same.
It's exactly the same.
Yeah.
Because if you just jump your team into getting things done without really doing your own research, without understanding your people, without figuring out how they prefer to work, it's almost like you're hoping for the golden nugget.
And also what productivity means for them, because
That's
word
what I mean.
is a very, very loaded word.
Absolutely. And the semantics of that word is essential. We often ask this question when it comes to teams.
Yeah.
What does productivity mean to you? And we get this huge variety of different words.
Yes.
From productivity means happiness to getting things done, being efficient, being effective, and so on. And you name it, we've got it. Down to productivity means happiness. So
Yes.
I know we're laughing, but it
Yes,
happened.
it
It's
happened.
true story.
Yes.
And I think that when it comes to that definition, you have to have a bit of clarity first.
Exactly. And not
How is
only
that going to affect you?
absolutely, and not just individual team members, what it means to them, but as a team, how are you going to define productivity? What does productivity look like in the business as a whole? What is that definition? It's very important to nail that.
Let's go back to the top.
Yeah.
We often hear from business owners that I want my team to be productive.
Yeah.
And often when they say this sentence, they have in their minds this relational equation, which
Yeah.
means that they will work this much time on this job, and if they live up to my expectations of a timeline, then we're going to make this much money out of it.
Yeah.
Now, I'm here to break it to you. It's not a happy thing.
Yes.
It never happens.
No.
It's always off. You have to be extremely lucky to hit the nail on the head with this. And usually your expectations are ions away from what the reality of your business
Yeah.
is. And the reason why that happens is because there's no clarity around what does productivity look like.
Yeah.
There's no definition to
No.
it.
And also, plus, you've started projects and you've created timelines without really knowing. And we will unpack this going forward. What every person is going to be able to do and complete, and what does that look like?
How about we hint a little bit, just
Yes.
to create a bit of curiosity for the next ones? Because in 2 episodes' time, we will be talking about what we call time-centric archetypes.
Yes.
And it's very important to understand that it goes down to how you are wired as a human being.
Yes.
And when you look at that, you suddenly start making sense of what productivity could look like on an individual level.
Yeah.
And I know often people say to us, I don't care about the individualism of productivity. We work as a team. Cool, great. You remember we were talking about friction?
Yes.
That was like 3 episodes away.
Yes.
It's so important to have clarity. What does friction look like?
Yeah.
And how is that affecting your productivity?
Yeah, because if you don't know really how people are in your team and what their relationship with time and productivity looks like, rest assured you're creating friction, which is taking away time.
Yeah, absolutely. And not understanding that there are different ways of relating
Yes.
to time and different ways of creating a productive environment is mind-blowingly, please forgive me, dumb.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, it's essential to understand that people are not the same.
No.
You may attract similar kind of people in your business. Is it good? Is it bad? That's a whole different topic. We can actually talk about that at some stage. But it's definitely important to understand who are the people in your business. And let me give you an example. We had an amazing client. They came to us thinking that they've done everything the right way, and they've done all this research in amazing time management techniques.
Yes.
And they bumped into this fabulous thing called the Pomodoro Technique.
Yes. If those listening don't know what Pomodoro Technique is, you can just Google it. It's 25 minutes of focused work, 5-minute break, repeat.
Now, this amazing person implemented this technique
Across
and
the
made
board.
it and made it compulsory across the board. And when we bumped into them, you remember?
Yes.
They were frazzled.
Of course they were frazzled.
And he was wondering what happened. This is so cool. It really works. I read everywhere that it really works. Yet it seems like we're doing less than what we were doing before, right?
Yeah.
Now, here's the problem. When it comes to the Pomodoro Technique, you need to remember that some people in your team might need up to 26 minutes to get focused.
Oh my God, let that penny drop.
26 minutes. That's a lot of time. Now, the problem is that if you follow the Pomodoro Technique, by the time that that person is in full swing and doing their best, according to your new imposed best productivity practice, they have to come up for air. Do you get the most of that person?
Absolutely not.
There you go.
Definitely not, because they'll constantly be working at a shadow and never be able to produce their best work.
So the whole thing is that in this specific instance, all we did was scraped what he thought that it is the best thing on earth. And we went back to looking...
After sliced bread.
After sliced bread, yeah, that's true. And we went back to actually figuring out what does his team need?
Yes.
What are the individuals within the team need?
Yes.
Where are those boundaries? How can you redefine those boundaries? How can you actually support each other? How can you listen to each other's needs? How can you? How can you?
And one of the main things that comes out of this is that how can you leverage one person's strengths against another person's challenge, right? Within the team. It's very, very important to nail that.
Absolutely. So it's an interesting thing when you start really looking at what productivity is.
Oh my God, yes.
And productivity means, and how is that reflecting on your team.
100%.
You start having a whole different appreciation for productivity.
Exactly. And then you can start starting from individuals and creating the team environment, creating a team definition of productivity, right? Isn't it?
Absolutely.
Okay, so if you have liked what you see here today and would learn to have a little bit more around tips and tricks of productivity, don't forget to subscribe and follow us.